So, hello, I am Xiran Zhao, and then I am the #1 New York Times bestselling author of the YA novel Iron Widow. And then also, Xiran is my upcoming middle grade debut. And it is about Zach, a Chinese American boy who didn't really grow up connected to the Chinese side of his heritage. But then one day, the spirit of the first emperor of China possesses his AR gaming headset and compels him on a journey across China to heist artifacts and defeat figures from myth and history in order to seal a portal to the underworld so he can save China and also save his mom's spirit. And so that is Zacharian. And then also, some of you might know me as a YouTuber, which I accidentally became after a rant of mine about the 2020 Mulan movie went viral on the internet. And then I just kept making videos. And yeah, so that's a thing, I guess. I have, I think, 425,000 subscribers on YouTube. So a bit of subscribers. And yeah, so that is me now. I am a double time author and YouTuber, and it's a very strange life, but it's been fun.
Well, one of those subscribers is now me. I was digging into your history playlist, and I'm a big fan of hardcore history and of Crash Course, anything that will take me through and give me a history lessons. And then I've got you on my list. I'm like, oh my God, I have so much history to enjoy.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yeah, I love Dan Carlin.
There's any number of places that we can start. I guess one place to start is I know that you would imagine stories when you were growing up, but you didn't put anything on paper until you were 15. Why the long wait?
No, I think it's because, well, I am not sure actually. I think, thinking back, I think it's mainly just school had me so busy and I was so easily distracted. And then I could never, like, I did try to like write a few times, I guess. I just didn't have the proper motivation, I guess. Like I would always just sit there and think about the stories I wanted to write, but the writing process itself is, I think even now it's pretty difficult for me. Like it takes a real amount of willpower for me to force myself to sit down and actually write. And I think that's the case for a lot of writers. Like you see a lot of writers who just like world build all the time and then go on the internet and like look up stuff about writing, but then when it comes to actual writing they're like so yeah, that is me too. I have to really force myself to write.
But reading about writing is so much easier than
I
writing.
know, right?
So what happens at 15 that changes things for you?
Okay, so I was at an anime convention where I met a guy and he was 23, but don't worry, this story doesn't get creepy. So he was 23 and then he didn't know I was 15. And so he told me that he was a writer. And then I was like, oh, I'm a writer too. But then we exchanged emails and then he told me to send him some of my writing after I got home. And then after I got home, I was like, oh no. So I actually like had to sit down and write the first chapter of the main story that was like in my head at the time. And then I sent it to him and he was like, oh yeah, this is pretty good. And then he gave me some constructive criticism. So I really enjoyed getting feedback. So I ended up like writing more chapters and then writing the entire novel. And then like he also like knew I was 15 at that point, so he kind of like really backed off and just took a strict mentorship position toward me. And we're not really in contact anymore, but yeah, thank you, Dylan. But also, the years of suffering that he put me through because I wanted to get published after that.
No, we're talking about, what was it, 8 years of suffering before finally the good news is on the horizon.
Yeah, I think 7 or 8 years.
So knowing that eventually you're going to be a New York Times bestseller and you're going to be on the Middle Grade Ninja podcast, I mean, my God, things it's nothing but up for you. Does that not put that in perspective? Does that not make it feel worth it? Would you not do it again, knowing that that's going to be the conclusion?
Oh man. Oh, definitely. This is the reception to my books, like where I am now, it is beyond what I even fantasized about. when in those like 8 years ago, when I was like, oh man, my book is gonna be like, it's gonna wow everyone. I'm gonna be a New York Times bestseller. And then I never even dared to fantasize that I would be like a number one. I would debut a number one. And then my book would be translated into like 14 languages. No, that's beyond even like my fantasies. And would I do it again though? I am not sure. I am not sure, but yeah, definitely it's been a long road. And I think there is definitely an element of luck to publishing. And so yeah, I can't answer whether I would do it again, just because I know that like if there's certain things hadn't gone exactly right for me, then maybe I wouldn't be in this position. So yeah, it's definitely like it worked out for me, but would it work out for me again? I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's a strong possibility.
Okay.
The reason I say that is not just because you're talented, but because you've demonstrated such a capacity for hard work, whether it's through your YouTube channel or whether it's through your cosplay. Some of the cosplay photos I saw of you on Instagram are so intricate that it just the thought of putting the outfit together gave me anxiety. Like, no, I couldn't do that, but I'm so thrilled that that you're able to do that and pull that off.
Yeah, maybe it's because I am pretty cynical about publishing and the publishing process, but ultimately, I think most of the people I know who have worked at this for years have gotten something out of it. Like they have gotten agents, and their writing has improved by leaps and bounds, and they're just like on the cusp of being published, or they do have a book deal. So I think there is reason to be optimistic. I guess it's just me personally. I'm like super cynical.